Hello, and welcome to What Happens When. Imagine waking up tomorrow and seeing a headline that changes the world. The US dollar is no longer the world's dominant currency. For decades, the dollar has been the king of global finance. Countries use it to trade. Governments hold it in their reserves. Oil is bought and sold in it. Businesses around the world depend on it. But what happens if that changes? Would America become poorer? Would inflation surge? Would gold prices explode? And if the dollar falls, what takes its place? Today, we're exploring what happens when the US dollar loses its crown. To understand the consequences, we first need to understand why the dollar became so powerful. After the Second World War, the United States emerged as the world's leading economic power. Its economy was strong. Its financial markets were trusted. And as international trade expanded, more countries began using dollars. Over time, the dollar became more than a currency. It became the financial language of the world. Today, trillions of dollars move through the global economy every single day. But what if countries slowly begin moving away from it? The process wouldn't happen overnight. Instead, central banks might reduce their dollar reserves. Countries could trade more in local currencies. Alternative payment systems could emerge, and little by little, demand for dollars could fall. The first impact would likely be a weaker dollar. For Americans, that could mean higher prices, imported electronics, vehicles, clothing, raw materials. Many everyday products could become more expensive. That means inflation. Groceries cost more, fuel costs more, travel becomes more expensive, and savings lose purchasing power. The next challenge would be government debt. One reason the United States can borrow so much money is because investors trust U.S. Treasury bonds. They are considered among the safest investments in the world. But if confidence in the dollar weakens, investors may demand higher interest rates. That means the government would have to spend more money simply paying interest on its debt. Economic growth could slow. Financial markets could become more volatile, and borrowing money could become more expensive across the economy. But the effects wouldn't stop in America. The entire world could feel the impact. Today, the dollar makes global trade simple. A company in India can buy oil from the Middle East using dollars. A company in Europe can buy products from Asia using dollars. Everyone understands the system. Without a common currency, trade becomes more complicated. Businesses face higher costs, currency risks increase, and global commerce becomes less efficient. Naturally, another question emerges. If the dollar loses its crown, who takes the throne? Some point to the euro. Others point to China's yuan. Some believe the future could involve several major currencies instead of one dominant currency. But replacing the dollar is harder than many people think. A reserve currency requires trust, stability, strong institutions, and deep financial markets. At the moment, no other currency fully matches the dollar in all of those areas. Then there's gold. Whenever confidence in currencies begins to fade, investors often look for safe havens. And for thousands of years, gold has been one of them. Unlike paper money, gold doesn't depend on any government. It can't be printed. It has survived wars, crises, and economic upheaval. If countries reduce their dependence on the dollar, many may increase their gold reserves instead. In fact, central banks have already been buying gold at record levels in recent years. A major shift away from the dollar could push demand even higher, and that could send gold prices sharply upward. So does losing reserve currency status mean the end of America? Not necessarily. The United States would still have one of the world's largest economies. It would still be a leader in technology, innovation, and finance. But some of the advantages that come with issuing the world's reserve currency could begin to fade. Borrowing could become more expensive. Inflation could become harder to control. And America's financial influence could weaken. The most important thing to remember is this: The dollar's dominance wasn't built overnight, and it wouldn't disappear overnight either. If it ever loses its crown, the process would likely take years, perhaps even decades. But if it happens, the consequences could reshape global trade, financial markets, and economic power for generations. So what happens when the US dollar loses its crown? Higher inflation, more expensive imports, potentially higher gold prices, and one of the biggest economic shifts of the modern era. The question isn't whether the world can survive without the dollar. The question is, what comes next? Thanks for watching.